I'm Mark Saxton.
I'm Joey Cundiff.
And as always,
this is
Blue Collar Sports Talk. Giving you the working man's point of view.
All the time.
Speaking of working man's, wait, we got something new. We don't need a bottle opener today.
The old Coors.
Let's talk some shit.
I mean, it's not Modelo.
But it'll do.
It'll taste better than Modelo if they give us the old sponsorship.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Show some love.
Speaking of sponsorships,
Right here.
Yep. And then the code.
Editing magic.
Down
right
there.
along there.
That's right. Nice and easy.
Moving along, straight into pick'ems.
Mm-hmm.
We're tied.
Still 45-45.
And if the Chiefs win, it'll be 46-46. And right now,
it's looking like the Raiders might win off of a field goal.
26 seconds in the counting.
Yep, we'll keep you updated. Don't worry. I know you're on the edge of your seat for that one.
Yeah, real shocker.
The Raiders.
The Raiders. Pick'ems for wild card baseball.
I still stand by all my picks. They don't stand by me, but I stand by them.
Hey, I'm winning 4-1, and my boys, you're making me happy.
They advanced. They did.
We go to LA tomorrow night. This is Monday, October 10th.
Mm-hmm.
They play tomorrow on the 11th. It's
Game
nervous.
time.
Nervous. Let's
Get
get
more
it
into
done.
baseball.
Moving along, rush
Our
hour.
locks of the week.
Ooh.
Both of them hit. We got a little streak going on with our locks.
Yeah, we do.
If
Since
you-
the Chiefs fucked us the last time.
If you would have just put $1 million every time we give you a lock, you'd be a multi-millionaire by now.
Buffalo covered the spread by just a little bit.
That was my long shot. Was for them not to. Okay, that's why it was a long shot. But
They
Dallas
did their job.
kicked the dough in LA and won. So if you did the money line plus Matt Stafford having a turnover, which I told Mark to do, and then you picked the over-under, that's a nice little parlay you got there.
Got me some moolah out of that. My long shot did not. They didn't show up.
No.
The Detroit Lions just said, fuck it, we're not going to play.
At least my long shot got 3 points.
right.
Oh, the Chiefs win.
Chiefs
Off of a
win.
game-missing field goal, the Raiders now drop to 1-4, and we're going to update our scores. That is now 46-46. Good on you, Chiefs. We knew you had it in you. Travis Kelce with a lot of
You wanted to
things.
make it interesting, but we got it there.
Yeah.
We got it there.
Now, to get you there, you're going to have to get in your car, right?
To get in the car, what usually happens on the way to work,
It's rush hour.
so you might as well stop, tune in on the old Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and anything else you can find us on.
Anything.
And just give a listen for the old rush hour.
Here we go. Lead us off with your boys.
Hey, I called it. The Colts winning. I also called Johnny T that he didn't play. 12-9. Fucking Denver.
Yeah, fuck that game. Fuck Russ.
Move us on to London.
Oh, you want me to take London? I'll take London.
Yeah.
Like I was joking around all week,
Yeah.
the Giants won. It was a huge fourth quarter comeback. Giants won 27-22. Take me to New York.
Hey, Buffalo, getting it done. 38 to a whopping 3. Letting them know whose time it is.
It's Mitch Trubisky's time to get back in there.
That's right. Moving it along. Why don't you take me to old Cleveland?
Where Cleveland blew it by a field goal. Chargers win 30-28. Chargers do not feel great about this
You
one.
shouldn't have won.
Now, to your favorite team. Take me to Minnesota.
Hey, 29-22. Bears doing bear shit. Had an opportunity to win. Fumbled the fucking ball. Moving it along. Take me to New England.
Where it was 29-0, and that's about, hey, Zappy is making you happy if you're a New England fan.
That's right.
Zappy or Mac Jones? How come we're not talking about this like y'all motherfuckers want to talk about the Cowboys so bad?
Right.
You know?
That's right.
Hey, Zappy's got my vote over Mac Jones.
Hey, I'm zappy with it.
Not at all, but go ahead and take me to Nolans.
Nolans. Hey, they kept it close. They kept it interesting. But in the end, the Saints will go marching in. 39-32. Take me to New York.
We're the biggest upset of the weekend. I'm not talking just upset. I'm talking points. Leading the way in points with a whopping 40 by Mr. Milson.
Hey, he is
40-17.
He is cashing checks and snapping necks over there.
That's my new bounce back player. If Tua don't come back.
Shit.
Take me to the Bucks.
To the Bucks. I almost didn't see him because it was a fucking snoozer. Didn't care for it.
Falcons almost won that game.
They almost did. Defense hung in there. I think the defense got tired. 21-15 in favor of the new divorcee.
Ooh. Legend.
Legend.
He still wears that ring. She don't.
Take me to our nation's capital.
Kanye wrote a song about shit like that.
Yes, he did.
Hey, him and Jamie Foxx. Our nation's capital, where the Titans went marching and took down the commies. Tannehill doing Tannehill shit, putting up 21 points and winning.
Yeah.
Come on, man. 21-17. Go ahead and take me to Florida.
I'm going to tell you right now, this was a fucking thriller.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah.
Go ahead and hit the snooze on this one. It was another repeat of the Colts and the Broncos. 13-6. Texans. Take me to Carolina.
Carolina, they're disappearing worse than Hurricane Ian, where they lost 37-15.
Ouch.
What are the 49ers? What are they? Are they a good team? Are they a bad team?
I don't even think they know.
Because to start this game, it was close.
It was, yeah.
And now Baker's missing several weeks with a high ankle sprain, and Matt Rule is officially on the couch. He's done. His time is done as the Panthers head coach.
I don't understand.
Baker, I hope nothing but the best for you. Heal up, and maybe your sixth new head coach will be the right one, huh?
Maybe.
It's like The Bachelor on there.
Yeah.
Now, take me to Dallas.
Hey, you know what Cooper Rush did? He pulled a biggie, kick in the door, wave in the fo-fo.
That's right.
Letting him know something.
Throwing for a total 105 yards.
5-0, that man is. 22-10, Dallas.
Love it.
Why don't you bring it back along this way? About 3 hours south yonder.
I think it's getting a little older this time. No, it's not. Fuck Philly. It's done. I hate Philly. They won 2017 because the Cardinals kicker was injured. They brought in a new guy. Went wide.
Arizona.
Lost my voice there.
Arizona. Hey, you lost your voice like Arizona lost this game.
That's right. Now, a good one, but you missed most of it because you're watching them pods.
No, we'll get into that.
Hey, what happened in Baltimore?
Hey, caught the end of this one because I had more pressing matters. 19-17 in favor of Baltimore. Now, Cincy did have their chance. We both chose the baddie from Cincinnati. Shit's just not clicking there. We'll get into that a little bit later. Why don't I just bring us to my favorite subject?
Because I want to talk about it a little bit more. It's not done yet. You thought you'd get off that easy, huh?
I know. All right, couple things.
One or two?
One or two.
Or five?
Probably about 7, honestly.
Like by how much they lost by.
Right. Taking it back over to across the pond to London. Let's start with the winning side. 27-22 in favor of the Giants. Danny Dimes, 21-27, 217 yards. Hey, just enough, right? Saquon, 13 carries, 70 yards, and a tutty. Just enough. Darius Slayton, 6 receptions, 79 yards. They were sound all around. I can't say they were great. Can't say that, this changes my opinion on them. I think they're a team with hope. I do not see this as a game changer for them.
Brian Daboll, Coach of the Year. I think he locked it up already.
He did the opposite of what a new coach does in this situation. He didn't over-prepare and shit his britches at halftime. He adjusted.
Britches.
You like that?
I like it.
He adjusted and made it work. The week prior, and we were kind of talking about this earlier, Aaron Rodgers getting it done the week prior with that RPO, right? The run play option. They caught it on film. They adjusted to it. They got a fucking pop, and they stopped him.
Right.
They stopped him. Now, what the Packers' problems are, besides these stats I'm about to read you, 25 of 39, 222 yards and 2 tutties. That's not a bad day for Rodgers. Always could be better. Jones, 13 carries, 63 yards, and Randall Cobb, 7 receptions, 99 yards. Now,
can we agree give A.J. Dillon the ball more?
Yes, especially on those first, second, or third and shorts. That's where he lives. That's where he can drag an entire pile. I also think that the ball needs to be spread out a little bit more. This shows me one thing. They had a game plan, and at halftime, yes, it was working at halftime, but
no adjustments.
No adjustments. And now, here's my thing. As a Packers fan, obviously I'm pissed we lost, especially to a team I don't think belongs in the playoffs. However, I'd rather this game happen now than later, right? Now they're showing, hey, you don't make adjustments, you're going to get fucked. You don't make in-game adjustments, you're going to get fucked. You don't come with a solid game plan that you can adjust to or adjust from, you're going to get fucked. I feel like in this situation, LaFleur was the first-year head coach.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? And right now, the Giants are that team, and Scott Van Pelt said this. He kind of stole my notes. The Giants are the team that when they're playing to their potential, they can make a good team look bad, and I think that's exactly what happened. And when you're the Giants, what else are you looking for? You're looking to exploit weaknesses and capitalize, and they did just that.
And I think this game really showed the weakness in the passing game for the Packers. I mean, even though Aaron Rodgers did have a good game, the defense in the second half for the Giants really just played really sticky defense.
Right.
Make the receivers get those catches.
Right.
Nothing short, just all the time press, tough zones, and man-to-man. And it won.
Yeah, no, I agree. I completely agree. And let's be honest, fuck that safety. They held the Green Bay Packers to 0 points in the second half.
I think it's an issue when Randall Cobb is still leading you guys.
Right.
He should be a sound third down receiver, somebody
he should
that
have
you
key
trust.
catches. Yeah, he should have key catches, but he shouldn't be leading the core.
He's not the show, man.
Right. Why don't you take me to another interesting division? We'll call it. Because I don't know if I want to call it the NFC Beast.
It is the NFC Beast, man. Hey, when you have a 5-0, a 4-1, a 4-1, and then whatever the fuck the commies are. I mean, that's a damn good division. It's been the top division every single week. Dallas going into Rams. It was everybody. They were a big favor to lose. Everybody was betting on them to lose. The Rams are gonna just exploit this Dallas defense. Dallas defense isn't as good as it seems. Well, hate to break it to you, they are. They scored the same amount of touchdowns as your offense did. Just want to let you know that. 22-10, just in case you guys forgot. Cooper Rush with a beautiful game of 10 completions on 16 attempts with 102 yards. Dang. I said 105 earlier, but hey, sorry. Yeah. Tony Pollard was leading the rushing yards with 8 carries, 88 yards, and 1 explosive tutty. I like the roles that they're using Zeke and Pollard. Yeah. People are complaining, hey, Pollard is averaging 11 yards a carry right now. Why not put him as the number 1 back? Guarantee you, he will not be able to break down defenses like Zeke does, and he cannot block like Zeke does.
This kind of reminds me of that situation back in San Diego that they used to have with LaDainian Tomlinson and Darren Sproles. Right, Darren Sproles was averaging a shit ton of yards towards the LT's end of career, but LT was still the power back, still getting it done, and they used him as such. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on here.
That's exactly what's going on. Zeke can block better, and he runs harder. Now, I will give everything to Pollard. Pollard can run faster. Pollard is more explosive at this stage in his career. But if you turn away from Zeke, that's what lost us so many games in the last 3 years, is you turn away from Zeke. Let Zeke eat and let Pollard clean up.
Now,
that's how it is.
I'm going to do a little combo here because I think this is a big important topic. Philly, 5-0. Dallas, 4-1.
Yeah.
What's the difference, if any? And honestly, whose division is this?
This is Dallas's defense. Let me show you something real quick. So there's only 2 teams in the NFL that have not allowed 20-plus points. One is the 49ers. Number 2 is Dallas. Now, leading with 65 QB pressures is Dallas. In the whole NFL, 65. Yards per attempt, 5.5. That is also first. And pass rush win rate, that's say that 5 times fast.
Go ahead.
56%. Which is also first. How can you defend that? You can't. The Rams showed that they couldn't do it. This Dallas defense is for real. This team is looking for real. When Dak comes back, this is going to be a much more high-powered offense by a complementing, outstanding defense.
What about Jalen? Don't touch me, it hurts. What about him?
His ass is going to go to the ground.
All right.
Now, since we're on that topic, break it down. The Cards and Philly game, because I refuse to talk any good about Philly.
So here's my thing. So I will say this. Yes, the Eagles are 5-0. Yes, they have played common ground football that got them the win.
They're physical.
They're physical.
Very physical.
They're physical. They're picking up their assignments. They're doing what they need to do. My problem is they have one portion of the game that they play good, and then the rest is they do just enough not to lose.
Yep.
That will cost you big in big time games. The Arizona Cardinals, and this is my opinion, I think they're the biggest pretender since you insert worst team here. Honestly. The problem with the Cardinals is they have no coaching staff. They have a quarterback that has potential with no one to lead him.
You have them over the 2017 Jags that were playing against Tom Brady in the AFC Championship?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. I truly believe that the Eagles aren't far from the Cardinals. Now, let's just to cover this right quick. They started off against the Lions, almost lost. Now, that's not a problem in my opinion because the Lions are a high-power offense.
Right.
However, no defense. They win that one 38-35. They take on the Vikings once again.
Kirk in prime time, what do you expect?
And the defense not picking up any fucking assignment. 24-7. You need to win those games. You should win those games. It's not a statement game. The Commies, they take them on 24-28. They scored all 24 points in the second quarter. That means the Commies outplayed them for 3 fucking quarters. That's a problem. Then you almost lose to Jacksonville, where once again, Jacksonville, for 3 quarters, we'll call it 3 because like the last couple didn't, or the first couple didn't matter. So 14-0 first quarter, okay, 20-14 second quarter, no points in the third, and 9-7 in the fourth. You might as well not have even fucking done anything.
With 5 turnovers by Jacksonville.
Amen. And then let's bring it back to this game, right? So just to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on, 28-42, 250 yards, a tutty and a pick
With
for
2
Kyler.
rushing. Oh, for Kyler, yeah, sorry.
For Kyler. Connor, 9 carries and 55 yards, leading the fucking rushing area. Hollywood Brown, 8 receptions, 78 yards and a tutty. Those aren't big numbers.
No.
Jalen Hurts, 26 of 36, 239 yards, but he's also got 15 carries, 61 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. That's a problem.
Both were goal line sneaks. Like Cardinals, you have to know this is coming. They ran it 4 times in a row on you.
Their leading receiver is, once again, Dallas Goedert. We've seen this time and time again. You have Devonta Smith, who's proven himself time and time again, can have a big game.
Mm-hmm. Got A.J. Brown.
Got A.J. Brown. This is not a team that's convincing me. Now, I'm not shitting all over them because, hey, to be 5-0 in the NFL is a big deal.
Fuck Philly.
But this team does not convince me that they're going to win this division. It just doesn't. It doesn't happen.
No. Now, speaking of teams that aren't going to win their division, the Chargers. Let's break it down real quick.
What you got?
Had a chance to punt it away, make Cleveland with a backup quarterback drive all the way upfield. You also had a chance to convert that same 4th down play. They didn't do either, okay? They gave the Browns great field positioning and allowed them to attempt the game-winning kick.
Right.
Now,
Before that,
I don't agree.
they did have a great defensive turnover.
Right. And I don't necessarily agree with going for it on 4th down, especially on that side of the field, but I understand it given the Chargers' history. Like, that's what they're going to do. Justin Herbert usually converts those. He really does.
Right. They're closer to 1,000 than they are not.
But when you're playing in this kind of game where your defense just showed you that they could stop them, especially with I can't stress this enough, with a backup quarterback. Punt the ball, play field. Like they had a minute, 20 seconds to drive 80 yards.
Right.
And you allowed them to have the ball a minute,
still
20
almost
seconds.
Fucking lost.
Yeah, you allowed them to have the ball on the 50 or the 40 with a minute 20. I don't get it. Justin Herbert, the winning side, had 22 of 34, 228 yards, and 1 tutty. Austin Eckler showing again that he wants to play football for the 2nd week in a row.
Right.
16 carries, 173 yards, and 1 tutty. And Mike Williams showing up in Keenan's absence with 10 receptions, 134 yards.
Right.
And this is why I said trust that Jacoby Brissett would not drive the Browns down the field. He went 21 of 34, 230 yards, 1 tutty, 1 pick. Okay? Nick Chubb, 17 carries, 134 yards,
Have a
and
day.
2 tutties. Huge day.
Have a day.
But they're not going to run it in that situation.
Right.
At all. That's not going to happen. And then you had David Njoku leading the receiving yards with 6 receptions, 88 yards. That's why you punt them and make them try and drive on you. I don't understand that at all. Plus, the Chargers spent so much money and so much drafting building up that defense.
Right. Here's my thing. I don't hate the call. I don't. Because like we've said, the Chargers have come out and said, fuck it, we're
Right.
going to go for it. I love that kind of football when you don't look dumb. Right. I love that kind of football when it's like, hey, it's not like you're playing Madden. You're 4th and 10 on your own fucking 20.
Yeah.
Like, that's not realistic football to me. And it bit him in the ass. And at the end of the game, all these Chargers are celebrating. It's a good win. It's a good win. No, it's a bad win. Matter of fact, I don't think you won. I think you almost lost.
Yeah.
I think they're a step ahead of the Eagles. After Sunday, I definitely, like I called it at the beginning of the season, it's going to be Chargers division. After Sunday, I can't say that anymore. Of course, Kansas City playing like dog shit tonight until the third quarter or the fourth quarter or whatever it was. This Charger team, has to. I'm gonna steal a line from your book there.
Yeah, do it. We talked about this on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, you're completely right. Herbie has to have that standout statement game. This is who the fuck we are. He hasn't done that. And he also hasn't. I don't want to say accomplished anything. He did accomplish some things in the NFL. That's not what I mean. But he hasn't shown anything like he should have. Like like we expected, we'll say.
He was a media darling, and he still is. The Chargers are. I mean, it kind of blows my mind that they're playing bad.
Right.
I really picked them and the Chiefs to battle it out all the way down to the end, but now it's kind of seeming like Chargers are not who we thought they were.
Yeah. No, I agree. And like I said, it's kind of rough for me to say, hey.
And it is still early.
Right. That's what I was just going to say. It's kind of rough for me to say, hey, this is your team, but it's not rough for me at all to say, hey, these guys, they're not a Giants. They don't just have hope. They have a lot backing them up.
Right.
They can get it there. They can get you to the promised land. However, you better fucking start now. You're running out of time, and especially if the Chiefs keep winning. And it doesn't matter in the fashion that the Chiefs win, you're still behind.
Yep. Now,
I'm going to let you start it off with this one. Why don't you take me to Kansas City and Las Vegas, and why don't we kind of just talk about the dynamic of the AFC?
So let me run it through real quick. We'll start with the losing side. So again, Raiders 29, Kansas City Chiefs 30. Derek Carr 19 of 30. That has to be a little bit better. It really does. 241 yards and 2 tutties. Now that's good. Okay.
And I will say this: there was a lot of situations where he had to throw it away, so I get it. But once again, that has to be cleaned up.
Yeah, there's a lot of drops, and there's just some plain misses. Josh Jacobs, 21 carries, 154 yards, and 1 tutty.
Making a case to be kept.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, can you afford to trade him?
Yeah, I don't think so.
And Devontae Adams, I know you missed this guy.
Finally showing up.
3 receptions. That can't be good, right?
Right.
124 yards.
Wait a minute.
And not 1, but 2 of them things.
Making it happen.
But now let's go down to the obvious winning. And when I tell you these numbers, you're going to be like,
right.
yeah, they fucked them up.
Right.
Patty Mahomes, 29 of 43, 292 yards, and not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 of them things going only to this is my fantasy tight end. To Travis Kelce. The rest, who
cares?
Yeah, who cares? Patrick Mahomes did his thing. You can't beat Patrick Mahomes and you let him throw like that.
Now, that being said, you got the Bengals, the Ravens, and I throw the Bengals in there extremely loosely.
Mm-hmm. Only because they're better than the Steelers.
Right. You've got the Bills, and now dare I say this?
You go on the Chargers?
I'm saying look out for the Jets.
Oh my goodness!
Along with the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Okay. All right.
So let's talk that dynamic. Where does the road go through? Because, I mean, we were talking about this earlier today, and I still feel that there hasn't been any AFC team, maybe Buffalo is edging out, before everybody else. But nobody's saying, hey, the road to the fucking Super Bowl goes through here.
Yeah, there's absolutely been no team in the NFC to do that. But in the AFC, I think it's really tied between the Bills and the Chiefs right now.
Right.
And we are going to get finally a spectacular showdown between the Buffs and the Chiefs next week.
Right.
It's going to be the best game of the year. I don't know who to pick. I'm going to be honest. That's going to be the toughest pick because Buffalo is banged up. I think they're better than the Chiefs, but then the Chiefs go and do amazing things.
Yeah, but then they play like they did tonight where they showed up late.
Right, and you can't do that against Buffalo.
Right. Well, I don't know because Buffalo did that
To
in
Dolphins,
Miami.
yeah.
It's rough. For me, like I said, only by a little bit. The Bills edge everybody out, saying, "Hey, the AFC is going to go through here." I'm still not convinced. It's not like the past couple of years where by week 5, week 6, all right, this is the fucking team.
Right. This literally any team right now, except for Pittsburgh, Houston, Raiders,
Indy,
Washington, Detroit, Carolina, Seattle, Cardinals.
Right.
This is literally anybody's year this year. And I think
Agreed.
that's the first time we can honestly say that in a
Right.
long time.
Like, let's be honest. Right now, as it sits right now, if you see the Dolphins or the Jets saying, "Hey, we're in the AFC Championship game," you can't. What? No way.
Maybe the Jets, but
Well, what I'm saying is, if they keep playing games like that,
Right.
since Wilson's came back.
right.
Sorry, since Milson has came back.
That's right.
I don't know. I just unless they're the fucking Steelers, Jaguars, or Texans or Broncos, I don't think there's going to be any huge shocker if
Right.
somebody starts emerging out.
Right. And now I hate to say this because the Cowboys got off to such a great start, but I really think that the teams that really blow up in the first part of the season,
Right.
like that first quarter, right before that halfway mark, they start to decline towards the end. Now, I hate to say that for the Cowboys, but it's a different dynamic. They're not just like blowing people out where you're going to get film. I mean, they are putting up dominant defensive numbers.
Right.
And defense wins championships, and it's a whole lot harder to scheme against a defense than it is when, you're running RPOs the whole time, or
Easy.
Hey,
There's a lot of time left.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
No, I agree with you. I do. I agree with you. And let's just use the Packers as an example. They fail to show adjustments. I mean, it's been that way for the last, I can't tell you how long. And I mean that because San Francisco, you know it's bad when you fucking lose because of your special teams.
Yeah.
It's terrible. The year before, Brady coming in with Tampa. You knew what to expect. You had it covered, and you fucking changed it to not lose, and that's how you lost.
The thing that the Cowboys and the Packers do the exact same is they find a recipe that wins you so many games during the regular season,
And you go away from it.
You totally disappear from it. That's why I was saying no. You keep Zeke. You feed that man. And I think you guys got to start putting A.J. Dillon as maybe this is your bruiser and have Aaron Jones as your slasher.
Right.
I think, and I'm not saying either one can't bruise, but
It also doesn't help when receivers are dropping balls.
yeah,
They're creating game plans to hide the weaknesses of those receivers. That's the biggest problem. Hopefully we can change that. But I'm going to tell you what you can't change.
who's there?
And that is who advanced after Wild Card Weekend. What's going down tomorrow? First game of the day. Tell me about it.
So Phillies are going to Atlanta, and I got the Braves winning that one. And in the series, I got the Braves sweeping.
Ooh.
You know what I say about Philly? I don't even need to say it again.
Hey, but for good measure.
Fuck Philly.
Okay.
All right. What do you got?
Hey, I also have the Braves
Okay.
beating the Phillies. But I have them winning it in 4. Phillies coming in with some momentum. They got a little fire in their belly. I think they might get one. I don't know which one. I expect there to be 2 played in Philly.
Okay. All right. I like it. Now, Mariners visiting the Stros. Very similar. I got the Stros winning this one, but in 4 because Stros going to win first game. Mariners going to win game number 2. And
Okay.
then Stros the rest of the way. What do you got?
I got tomorrow. I got the Mariners riding that heat wave. They're winning tomorrow. They're taking the series 3-2.
Whoa.
That's going the distance in favor of the new guy.
Whoa. Now,
this one's a tricky one.
This one is. You got the Cleveland Indians, which they call it on ESPN.
Yeah, don't blame us.
That's what I heard. I don't know. Going up against the Yanks. I got Cleveland winning game 1. And I got this going the distance, but Yankees pull it out in 5.
Okay.
What do you got?
I've got New York winning game 1.
Okay.
But dropping one in New York. I see that they lose the second game in New York.
Okay.
But they take the series 3-2. I see them also going the distance.
Ooh.
It's going to be a lot of defense. But it's not out of the realm of possibility that those New York bombing bats take over and you have yourself with the floodgates open.
I'm really concerned about New York's pitching. I really am. It's lost them a lot of games.
It's inconsistent. Aroldis Chapman not even making the roster for nonsense.
He just stayed home.
Right.
I was like, what are you doing? He said, promise me a spot on your roster in the playoffs. They said, we can't promise you anything.
Right.
And he goes, well, I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to show up to practice. And they said, stay in Miami.
Right.
That is literally what happened. Now, on to the most touchiest of subjects. Dodgers versus the Padres. Now, I'm just going off of history, okay? That's all I'm going to do. This is nothing personal. I just read, I read a lot. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
It's hard not to see those stats.
And I got the Dodgers winning game 1, but I got this going the distance. I got the Dodgers pulling it off, but these Padres prove that they can fight and they can pitch damn well.
Yeah.
I don't think Josh Hader without a 6-run lead is going to look the same.
So, I'm going to get a little emotional, right? A little feeling.
That's why we're wearing the glasses today.
Fuck the Dodgers, and I can't say this enough. Fuck the Dodgers.
Ooh.
I fucking hate the Dodgers. So many years, they've beat the shit out of us. They've punked us. They've talked their shit. They're not a classy ball team. They're assholes. Like, the list goes on. That being said, that does not change the fact of who the fuck they are. That also being said, there is stupid talent in that clubhouse. I'm going with the Pods tomorrow.
Okay.
And I don't give a fuck. Yes, this is fucking bias.
There you go.
Okay? But I see it going the distance as well. I see us winning in LA in Game 5. Now, mark my words. You heard it here first. If, and only if, the Padres beat the Dodgers, no one is stopping them. That World Series is ours.
And if that happens, it's hard to root against them or hard to pick against them. It really is.
Joe Musgrove, the only one-hit shutout in the history of the league in a wild card game. Coming up big. Our bats are consistent. This is something I was telling Joey today, too.
Pine tar oozing off of his ears.
That was Bush League.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why he did it, but it was Bush League. He shouldn't have fucking checked Joe like that. That being said, I was telling Joey today, now here's the thing. Now, obviously these are all biased opinions because I am a Padres fan and I don't give a fuck. It's our show. The Padres have this thing where, now, and granted it's any baseball team, but I'm telling you, with the Padres, if you pay attention to any of their wins, it's because they got hot, quick, early in a game. Yes, we had the second most walk-offs.
Mm-hmm.
In the league. I believe we had 12 and the Yankees had like 15 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But for the majority of our wins, if we got started quick and those bats stayed consistent throughout the game like they did in Game 1 and 3 in New York, we don't lose. If we can find a way to do that against that LA pitching, look the fuck out. Especially if Soto and Machado actually come around and start delivering.
What's a harder stadium to play in as a Padre? New York or in LA?
My opinion, it's always going to be LA. It's always going to be LA. The Padres, as comparing to other big clubs, the fan base is pretty small. The culture is pretty small. So when you go out to these other places, you're not expecting a big, huge movement of Padre fans. You know, the Friar Faithful coming out on the road. However, in LA, they travel to San Diego and they support that Dodger Blue huge at Petco Park. So going to LA, it's the rivalry, the hatred, the bad blood. I mean, everything's there. I'm gonna say LA all day. It's got to be the roughest park. Also, the sweetest part to win in. Because Dodger fans, and I'm talking to your entire fan base, y'all are terrible fans. You all are not loyal. You show up in the third and you leave in the seventh when they're losing.
Some harsh words. Sounds like me and Philly, huh?
little emotional there.
But now, some big news, like we promised. And it's only going to get bigger. See, we here on Blue Collar Sports are growers, but now we're turning into showers.
I like it.
We have partnered up with Mr. Steve Pierce, wide receiver of the Browns. When was he drafted?
I played for the Browns in '87.
Ooh, that's a tough league to play wide receiver.
Hey, also, way less rules protecting you as a receiver.
Yeah.
Also, former NFLPA president.
The Prez?
Hey, our friend, our dear friend.
Yeah.
And guess what? He's got his own show.
That's right. That is Doctor of Love.
We'll be sure to send you guys the link in the comments so you can go and check him out. Dude's awesome.
He's also got his own charity, Pro Players.
Hey, look it up.
He's
Help
a good
him give
guy.
back. Hey, the main goal is always to give back.
Right. He's a good guy. He's going to help us out. And, of course, we're going to help him out.
We got to help him out. That's our boy.
A lot of huge things coming. Like we
Stay
said,
tuned.
The former Prez.
Stay tuned. That being said, thank you all for talking some shit. You guys enjoy your week. Go Friars. But one last thing. Tomorrow, hopefully,
at 8 o'clock at night,
our own Joseph here will be holding his brand new baby girl. And we pray and hope that everything goes well. Everybody's healthy. Congratulatory shot to y'all. You can't drink. You got to drive.
Still nursing one Coors.
That being said, congratulations, Jade and Joey, once again. Also, one more piece of news. Unless something comes up Friday night, Matt Wolf
of the Savannah Bananas?
Making it happen, and we're going to go bananas. It should be a lot of fun.
It is a panty dropper of an episode.
It's a little hint for y'all. Be sure to tune in. Have a good night.